Welcome back to part 4 of this series, Rockhounding in West Texas. I did 3 different stops over 3 different days and found lots of cool rocks. So the first day I was at Hoovie Road, which I learned later from locals I was mispronouncing. I think they called it Hoovie Road. Well, anyway, however you pronounce it, it's a stretch of road outside of Alpine where you can find all kinds of cool rocks. And one of the coolest rocks I found there was this one. Check this out. This is a moss agate in some sort of rhyolite, I guess. Let's get this wet and see what it looks like. Okay, now you can really see that mossiness in there. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, this stuff will make a great cabochon. Even that host rock, that reddish rhyolite, that'll take a good shine as well. So I'll take this one in the shop at some point, get some slabs off of it, and make some beautiful cabochons. Here's another rock that I found along Hoovie Road. This one is also a moss agate, but it's a very fine moss agate. I'm not even sure you can make out the mossiness. Let me get this one wet and we'll take a closer look. Now maybe you can see that mossiness I'm trying to show you. Look at that in there. You see that? Just a beautiful rock. This one's kind of small, so I may end up just throwing this one in the tumbler. It will be a stunner once it's tumbled smoothly and polished brightly. Love this stuff, and it's all over that West Texas area. The last rock I want to show you from Hoovie Road, however you say it, is this agate I found. You can just make out the window right there. Isn't that cool looking? Maybe some banding in there. Otherwise, you really can't tell much. This stone I will take in the shop, and I will probably split it like that. I'll do maybe a cut and polish video for you, so keep an eye out for that one. The next day I went to the Coconut 06 Ranch and found some amazing agates, including this one. Look at the beautiful, beautiful color and pattern in this one. Wow. I don't even need to get this one wet to show you how beautiful it is. This stuff was all over that ranch, the area we were taken to at least, and it's a huge ranch, so there's no telling what else could be out there. This one will be great to slab and cab. It's going to be beautiful, I'm sure. Here's another good example of the kind of agate we were finding out there. This is a moss agate, similar to what I found on Hoovie Road. It's kind of a jasper agate, as you can see. Beautiful stuff, and it takes a great shine. So this piece I could maybe do a cut and tumble video on it. Maybe just tumble it as is. Well, we'll see. If you watch my video of the coconut hunt, you might remember I found a couple of these large black agates all in one area. I want you to see exactly why I got so excited when I found these. Now, you can't tell much just yet. I'll get it wet for you here in a second, but trust me, when I cut into this thing, it is going to be beautiful. And of the 3, this is the smallest one. The other 2 are really nice and big. Let me get this wet and show you why I got so excited. Now you can start to see some of the amazing detail in there. It's very translucent and very dark, but there is so much interesting pattern inside this thing. Hopefully you can see some of that. I cannot wait to get this on the slab saw and get some slabs off of it. It will make some gorgeous cabochons, I'm convinced. Here's another beauty I found. Just look at the color in this agate here. It is beautiful. It's a dark, deep red color along with some, well, you can see some like greenish yellow color there, maybe a little red striping. Yeah, this stuff was literally all over that area. Oh, it was such a fun day. I cannot wait to go back. Now, although this one is kind of small, it just goes to show you the variety you can find at the coconut. Look at some of the color in this thing. Let me turn this slowly. Can you make out some of those colors in there? I swear I see purple in there. Maybe some red, yellow, and blue. I know this fluorescent green is just something on the outside, some sort of staining, but otherwise it is just a beautiful little agate. I'm going to do a whole series of cutting these small agates and revealing what's inside, so keep an eye out for that. The last one I want to show you from the Coconut 06 is this big beauty here, and if you watched my video, you saw me pop this thing out of the ground. It was really exciting when I saw it, and then when I pulled it out, I could see how big it was. Look at some of the detail in this thing. See all the agate goodness up there? You can really see it in there. It's an odd shape. I'm not sure how great the slabs will be, although I'm sure they're going to be great, but as you can see, they're going to be oddly shaped, which may present a little bit of a problem. Nothing I cannot overcome. So this one I'm sure I'll take to the shop at some point and get some slabs off of it. Make some beautiful cabochons, I'm sure. On my last day rock hounding out in West Texas, I went to the South Laramore Ranch. Found a lot of cool things. Very different from the Coconut 06. I still really enjoyed it, and I found this amazing piece of jasper. Let me get this one wet and show you some of the cool detail. Check out the contrasting color in that. Isn't that beautiful? I found most of these along Calamity Creek, which we were told collects all of the wonderful material that comes out of the mountains that surround it. So all the other ranches I talk about, their good stuff ends up in Calamity Creek, over the eons, of course. But look at some of the color in this. Red, yellow, green. Wow, this will be a fun one to slab and cab. This one I picked up because of this cool layering. You can see it's sedimentary, and you have sort of a jaspery layer, then whatever this stuff is here, then another jaspery layer. Let me show you this one wet. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the colors in there. Now this one I'll probably just tumble because it's an odd shape. I don't know what else I would do with it. If it holds together though while tumbling, I think this will end up being a beautiful polished stone. Now if you watch that video, you know that this is the rock that really got me excited. It was the first what I called good agate that I found. It is a moss plumy type agate. Let me get this wet and show you. Check it out. What a beautiful, beautiful agate. Look at the detail in there. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Plain looking on this side, but otherwise a stunning little agate. What will I do with this one? It's kind of small. May just tumble it. I may try to make a cabochon out of it. Not sure. This little guy doesn't look like much on this side, but this is how I found it. Look at that. Let's get this one wet. Look at that beautiful little agate. Wow. I never would have noticed it if it weren't broken open and facing up. Glad I found it. This will be a good one to throw in the tumbler. Now this didn't look like much from this side. However, when you turn it over, you can see it is definitely an agate. Look at that. Let's get this one wet. Now you can really make out some of the incredible detail in here. Look at the colors. Wow. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to slab and cab, I suppose. It's too big to cut and tumble. I could, I suppose, do a cut and tumble, but I don't want to waste all that rock. So keep an eye out for this one in a slab and cab video. And the last rock I'll show you, this from the South Laramore Ranch, is this, which I believe to be a beautiful big agate. You can make out the quartz there, a little bit there. The rest of it, I'm convinced, is agate. And what I'll do with this one is probably just cut it right in half along that plane and polish both sides. Be sure and keep an eye out for that one. Thank you so much for coming along with me on my little now 4-part adventure, rock hounding in West Texas. I showed you some of the finer examples of the rocks I found out there. And over the next few weeks and months, I'll be turning those into hopefully beautiful cabochons, polished stones, whatever. Please keep an eye out for those videos. Thanks again for coming along. And don't forget to check my other videos for more like this. Thanks again.